Alright, welcome back everyone. I'm Barbara, and let's take off. So, in part 3, I showed you how to do this little stretch right here. Now here's what you're going to be repeating. This is a cluster. It's just not in a treble, it's in a chain space. So, you're going to be chaining 4, and you're going to do a treble in the next chain space, chain 4, treble in the next chain space, chain 4, then you're going to do a space cluster of trebles, and see what you're going to do is you're going to repeat this pattern until you have one more treble cluster in a chain space. Then what you're going to do is you'll do a chain 4, treble in the next chain space, chain 4, treble in the next chain space, chain 4, treble cluster in the next treble. So, I'm going to go ahead and repeat this little pattern right here, and I'll show you what that's supposed to look like, just so you guys understand what I'm talking about. So now this is what we have, and I'm going to do this piece next. So it'll be chain 4, treble in the next chain space, chain 4, treble in the next chain space, chain 4, treble cluster in the next treble. And that's what it should look like. So when it's in a chain space, it's still 4 trebles together, which is a treble cluster. and when it's in a treble, it looks more like a cluster. So, go ahead and do that all the way around, and I'll see you back at the beginning. Alright, now what we're going to do is we're going to chain 3, get ready to do a treble, go into the next chain space, and pull through. Now what you're going to do is you're going to chain 1, you're going to go into the next chain space, and you're going to do 3 treble, chain 2, 3 treble, all in the same space. Now you're going to chain 1, you're going to get ready to do a treble in this next chain space right here. You're not going to finish it off. You're going to get ready to do another treble. You're going to skip the cluster, go into the next space, and then pull through all 3 loops and chain 1. Now you're going to just keep repeating that. In your next chain space right here, you're going to do 3 treble, chain 2, 3 treble. And then when you get to any of the clusters, you're going to work part of a treble and then part of another treble in here, and then pull through all 3 loops. And you'll be doing that all the way around. So go ahead and do that, and I'll meet you back at the beginning for the next round. Alright, now that that round is done, you're right here. So what we're going to do now is we're going to slip stitch to the chain 1 space and slip stitch into the treble. So you should be in this space, this little stitch right here, chain 4, and treble in the same stitch, and do 2 treble in the next stitch, one treble in the next stitch, 2 treble in the chain 2 space, one treble in the next stitch, 2 treble in the next stitch, and 2 treble in the last stitch. Now all you do is chain 3, and you'll repeat that sequence right here. 2 treble in this stitch, 2 treble in the next stitch, 1 treble in the next stitch, 2 in the chain space, 1 in the next stitch, and 2 in the next stitch, and 2 in this last stitch, then chain 3. So go ahead and do that all the way around. Alright, welcome back. This is what you should have. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to chain 3, and you're going to get ready to crochet the next 2 stitches together. Pull through all 3 loops, chain 4, treble in the next 6 treble, chain 4, crochet the next 3 stitches together, leaving the loop on the hook, and then chain 1. Then all you do is repeat that pattern all the way around. So I'll go over that one last time. After you crochet your first 3 treble together, you chain 4, you treble in the next 6 stitches, chain 4, crochet your last 3 together, and then chain 1. Do this all the way around. Alright, for the last round, what you're going to do is chain 1. You're going to go back into the chain 1 space, and you're going to single crochet. Then what you're going to do is chain 4. You're going to skip this cluster. You're going to go into this treble, and you're going to do a treble. Then you're going to chain 4 again, and this time your loops on the hook, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Go through, do it for a normal little treble. Whoops. Now you're going to have quite a few loops on your hook. So what you're going to do is, you see these 4, you're going to yarn over, pull through all 4 of those, plus 1 more, so you're going to pull through 5. Then yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. And that creates a little cluster right here where you're stitching together and you're making a treble. So now you chain 6, go back into the top of this stitch right here and make your treble, chain 4, go into this stitch with the treble, chain 4 again, and go into the chain 1 space with a single crochet. And there you have it. Just repeat that all the way around and you'll be done. And that's the pattern. So have a delightful day, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel.